TikTok's future is still uncertain as the app's possible ban is getting closer and closer. Today, the Supreme Court issued opinions but did not include one on the ban. So what will happen Sunday if nothing is done to save one of America's favorite apps? Well, we're hoping to get more information. Bree Fowler with CNET is here to weigh in. Good morning to you, Bree.
Good morning.
So there are still a lot of different outcomes as we wait for this decision, but what do you think is going to happen before the ban deadline hits on January 19th?
Well, I was actually in the courtroom Friday for oral arguments, and based on what the justices were asking and the comments they were making, it's widely expected that they're just going to let this ride, that they're going to side with the government and allow the ban to go through.
Man, so some experts say the app won't disappear from your phone immediately, but that means that there's going to be some changes to the app if you still have it on your phone. Weigh in on that. What do you think is going to happen?
You know, it's really unclear because TikTok is saying that they could go dark, that it could just stop. What people are kind of expecting is, the government can't swoop in and take this app off your phone. It could still be there. People could still share and view videos. But, eventually they're just not going to get the bug fixes and the updates that they need. And the app over time will become unusable and people are just going to have to move on to something else.
It's a big conversation because a lot of people depend on this app for their paycheck and all that. So they're trying to make some workarounds. Some users are thinking about using a VPN to hide their location and IP address. But experts say it likely won't fix the performance problems. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you can use a VPN if you're going to use it on, your phone or a desktop computer. That will maybe let you allow you to access the site. But the thing is, if you're a business and you're trying to, make money and get eyeballs and views, a lot of people just aren't going to do that, and you're not going to get the numbers that you're used to.
Speaking of a Senate Democrat, Edward Markey, we heard from, hopes to extend the deadline, saying a ban would silence millions of people. As I said, how important is it to keep TikTok in the U.S.?
Well, it really depends on who you talk to. TikTok has a user base of 170 million Americans. That is a lot of people and a lot of eyeballs. And if you're a business or a creator that makes money off of TikTok, you could pivot to another platform, but the alternatives out there just don't offer that kind of viewership. People would say economically that's important. The government argues that there is a national security risk here, that, TikTok is susceptible to Chinese interference and data collection. And, there really are legitimate concerns that there could be problems down the road if they have access to this kind of stuff.
On that note, I should ask you just quickly, is there a better way you think that we can protect Americans' data while still keeping TikTok?
Absolutely. And people who argue that the ban doesn't fix anything say that we need comprehensive data privacy legislation in this country. You look at Europe, the EU, they have that kind of protections and laws, and we don't. And there's really nothing stopping countries like China or, just data brokers who are out to get your info from just buying it online or, getting it from other social media platforms like Meta or X or whatever else is out there these days.
Well, thank you, Bree, so much for joining us, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Supreme Court decides. We'll probably talk to you again. Bree Fowler.